Today, we have people dying in Portland. The police just murdered a blind man named Andre Black. He's blind. They just murdered him and attempted to frame him as a person that took a knife off a police officer and went brandishing it. Go ahead and close your eyes and try and brandish a knife. Then drop it, then try to pick it up, and then try and brandish it again. You'll realize that what they're alleging this man did was literally impossible. So, when I went to Ted's office with the family of Andre Gladden, I once again sat in that chair across from Neil Goldschmidt, and I thought, this has to end. I took a picture of it and I wrote about it for the next few weeks, publicly posting it. I asked for a meeting in City Hall, that was denied. And I made the decision that I was going to go destroy it publicly and then sit and wait to be arrested. When I went to hear Letha Winston, the mother of Patrick Kimmons, who was murdered by the Portland police at the end of last year, and again, as Dr. Lawson would say, don't look in the media for the truth. Patrick Kimmons had no firearm when he was shot. He was running away, his hands were up. He was shot 9 times in the back. So what the police and the papers like to do, they like to tell you about this person's life outside the incident in which they murdered them. But that's not how law enforcement works. That's not how the justice system works. We don't gun somebody down for something they did last week. We try and essentially capture them alive and go to the justice system. And that's not happening here in Portland. And somebody is accountable. Ted Wheeler calls himself the police commissioner. Danielle Outlaw calls herself the police chief. They're assistant chiefs. Somebody is accountable, yet nobody in the city takes accountability. And we, the taxpayers, are paying for the city lawyers to fight every single one of these families and keep them from getting the compensation that would allow them to potentially live a tortured and semi-decent life. These people live in hell. Having your loved one murdered by the state and the lack of justice, the lies, the smearing, the re-victimization that goes on with these families is interminable. Interminable. And as Dr. Lawson said as well, when we get to this critical point, lashing out with peace can be more effective than lashing out with violence. And I'm going to argue to you that that's what I did. I lashed out with peace. And as Dr. Lawson said, I stretched it out a bit, right? I went on the news and first showed the picture around and said, ha-ha, assholes, you're too dumb to realize that you're re-victimizing child rape victims every single day in your office, so I helped you out. And they ignored it, swept it under the rug, no comment, no comment, no comment. So I invited my friend Donna Hayes, grandmother of Moose Hayes, who was murdered by the Portland police, to join me for a ceremony to burn it, live on video and also on TV. And we did that, and we spoke with the victims, and we spoke with the criminal cabal that's at City Hall, and the fact that things have to change. And we have to force City Hall to listen to us. They have G4S security, they lock you down, they don't want you in. They have Ted's office, they lock all these doors. They're all claiming to be afraid of us. They claim that is it safe to be at City Hall? Right? This is again the criminals, the perpetrators, calling the victims scared. And we have to stop buying this. We have to keep pushing these people because in the last few months, we've had Patrick Kimmons, we've had Andre Gladden, we've had, who else have we had?
That's one of the problems.
It's hard to even keep track because these things happen so fast. And again, so Moose Hayes was murdered just a little bit over 2 years ago. It seems like a million years ago. Shelley Hall Morgan, I just went and visited today at the flea market in North Portland. It's her birthday today. Her son Bradley Morgan was killed 8 years ago. She is every bit as sad and destroyed today as she was then. And I spoke to her partner, her husband, for the first time. Usually the men disappear. The grief is too much. It tends to be the women that coalesce and keep coming out and keep fighting. They're not afraid to cry and scream and do those things in public that we want to do when we lose a loved one. And it was really exciting because he told me today, he said, you know, I want to talk to you now. He said, I haven't been ready, but I've got a lot of stuff that I want to say. And I said, wow, you know, that would be amazing to hear from one of the male family members because this destroys families. This is a nuclear bomb on your family. And I beg you, don't accept the police narrative anymore. They're killing us, they're killing our children, and I guarantee you, just as Dr. Lawson guaranteed, I guarantee you we will either have increasing peace where our civil rights are once again valued and the police are not murdering us with impunity, or we will have civil war. It will be one or the other. Because I work with these families, and let me tell you, it's 51-49 when they kill your loved one. Whether you go through the peaceful route or you burn the motherfucker down, right? Imagine somebody taking your loved one, right? And we can get all our hackles up and everything. Now, we're peace advocates. We want peace. So how do we fight for peace? I'm going to argue that Dr. Lawson had it right, so did Gandhi, and so did Martin Luther King, civil disobedience. I think we should all be sitting in Ted's office and shut it down until it leaves. And anybody that wants to do it with me, I've already got plans to do it. So, getting arrested is part of the price we pay, and fighting the system openly and with justice